What's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here from Marty Music. Gonna bring you a follow-up lesson to our kind of beginner blues soloing. We're working on the open E minor pentatonic scale, and we learned a lick in there. We learned kind of how to start using it. We also learned how to extend it up a bit. In this video, I'm going to show you the blues scale, which is great because we take the same scale we already have, the E minor pentatonic, and we're going to add one note to the scale that works as a passing tone, meaning it adds this great, tasty blues flavor as you run up and down it. So we'll zoom in. I'll show you what I'm talking about. We'll get the concepts down. And also, thank you for subscribing to this new channel of mine. And I really appreciate your continued support. It means the world to me, so thank you. But anyway, enough of that. Let's zoom in. We'll break this one down right now. Here we go. All right, so check out my blues playlist and my techniques playlist to recap anything that leads up to this. But basically, we have this open, meaning we use the open strings, the E minor pentatonic scale, which works over the E blues, or E rock and roll. And that's 0, 3, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 3, and then backwards. And then we also learned, you know, a little lick in there, and there's going to be a million licks you're going to want to learn, but we just used it as a little context to kind of get you going, because this is the scale. They're just the notes that work. You know, they're the notes that sound good, but then turning it into music could be, you know, an ever-changing, everlasting process, and you get a little better every time you work something out. One idea is to just run the scale up and down, like when you're watching TV or whatever. Learn licks. There's lots of resources to learn licks. And another thing when you're practicing it, and we're going to learn that blues note here, but one more thing is to, when you're practicing it up and down, try repeating little parts of it. For instance, right? I just went down the scale. If I just repeat a part of it, now it starts to be a pattern or a motif, and it starts to become more musical. See, that's all from that same scale. So the other thing is, we learned in the video leading up to this one how to extend it up. So all those things are still going to exist, but now we're going to turn this open first position E minor pentatonic into what's called the E blues scale. You could also call it the E minor pentatonic still with the blues note added. And here's where the first, here's where it is. It's, we've got O3 on the low E, and then normally in the regular minor pentatonic we have O2. But what we're adding as a passing tone is this note right here, the first fret of the A string. So you do 0, 3, then O, 2. Then O, 0 on the D, and then 2 on the D. But then you want to go backwards. 2, O, 2, 1, O, 3, O. Back up. So we've added this blues note. It could also be called the flat fifth. And like I said, it's meant as a passing tone. So what that means is it sounds good going from 1 to 0. Or it sounds good going 1 up to 2. But when you stick on the blues note, it's kind of out of place. So it's meant to be passing up or down, and it adds this great flavor, this sound of the blues. That's why it's called the blues note. Check it out. If I just stick on it, no, it wants to go down to the open A or up to from 1 to 2 on the A. And you hear this classic Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan thing all the time. So that's always with that first fret on the A string as a passing tone. Let's keep going because I'm just introducing you to it. Don't get carried away. Like I just did. Sorry. So 0, 3, 0, 1, 2, 0, 2 on the D. And here's where this blues note happens again. We've got 0, 2 on the G string. Then the blues note's right here on the 3rd fret of the G string. And then we have to immediately pass, you know, because this is supposed to be a passing tone, to the open B. So let's go back to the open E. O, 3, O, 1, 2, O, 2, O, 2. Then 3, then open B. Then 3 on the B. Then open high E. Then 3. And that is the E blues scale. 3, O, 3, O, 3, 2, O, 2, O, 2, 1, O, 3, O. And I recommend a lot of repetitions of that, especially when you're, you know, sitting on the couch watching a sporting game or doing something else. This is great, just muscle memory. And then when it is time to start improvising or learning a lick or learning a song that uses the scale, which a lot of them do, you'll have laid that groundwork, you know, when you were doing something else. So here it is again. Now, if you get pretty comfortable with that, or you've already been messing with it, you can try with your pick to alternate your picking. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Ah, sorry. So that's another thing. Now, on the G string, there's a lot of different ways to approach that blues note, that 2nd fret to 3rd fret. Now, one way is your middle finger's planted on the 2nd fret, and you pick the note, and then you hammer on pull off that blues note with your ring finger while you keep that middle finger planted like this. Another way is to start on the third with the middle finger and slide it back. The other way is to start on the second fret with the middle finger and slide it up and back. And then the other way is the ring finger and then the open B. Last thing to practice, which is, all related to what we did so far, is try going up and down the scale without a start or ending for a while. Eventually, you do want to just have it feel complete by ending on one of the roots, but try it in triplets. So there's eighth notes, which if I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4, eighth notes would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Triplets, though, which is a big part of the blues sound, would be 3 notes per count. Triple, 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 triple. So here's eighth notes, 1 and 2 and, or here I'll do the blues note. With eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 da 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 da. Triplets, triple, 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 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Triple, 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 triple. So another thing to practice, and then when you get licks going, then you can use the triplet up and down to extend out a lick. So let's say if I had a lick that went like this. So I had some lick like that. I can climb up to it. As an example. So, to recap, we took the E minor pentatonic scale, and as a passing tone, we added what's called the blues note, or the flat fifth, which would be the first fret on the A string, and the third fret on the G string, and we added that to the existing E minor pentatonic scale. Learn that it doesn't sound good when you stick on it. It only sounds good when passing below or above to the next note in the scale. We learned that there's quite a few options for the G string third fret blues note. We've got ring finger, hammer on pull-offs, we've got slide backs from third to 2, also learned that we can do a 2-3 slide. And then we also learned that it would be a really good idea to alternate the picking, for one thing, to practice. And then another thing would be trying to get the triplet feel, which is 3 notes per count. When you're counting to 4, it's 3 notes per number. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you do that, you get the triple, 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 triple with that scale. And then the final thing was that when you start to learn licks and you start to improvise, you can actually use that up and down, climbing up and down practice you've done to extend out the licks that you're learning and to also help flow and connect licks together. So those are all, I think, really strong ideas to get you going. At the very end of this video, I'm going to leave a link to the jam track, which is just a free YouTube video, but it's a 12-bar blues over and over, and you can practice playing over it. So have fun. All right, there was the lesson. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and doing a little guitar playing. Also, thank you so much for subscribing to this new channel of mine, Marty Music. And even if you want to go check out martymusic.com, there's a site there as well. And I just, want to thank you again for following me over and supporting me with all the lessons through the year. So thank you so much. And we'll see you again real soon. See you later.